Welcome back to Live With, brought to you by Yamamoto Nutrition. Visit YamamotoNutrition.com. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today's guest is IFBB Pro George Peterson, who's making his pro debut in Classic Physique this coming weekend at the New York Pro up in White Plains, New York. Hey, you're the hometown guy. It might be your pro debut, but this is your city.
Yep, that's right. And I'm telling you, I'm so excited, Dave. I can't believe it. It feels like, and it came quick too, because it feels like just yesterday I was prepping for nationals, and now New York Pro is already here, you know?
It does feel pretty quick too. I remember watching you up on that stage and saying to myself, man, no one's going to beat this guy. But back then, in the amateur ranks, you had to make 176 pounds for your height. This time around, you'll be able to come in 10 pounds heavier at 187, which sounds like a big weight jump, but the truth of the matter is we've been looking at pictures of you all week in the 200s, and you're looking like you could step on a stage now. How the heck are you going to make 187?
Yeah, I know that's been the talk, you know, because me and Justin, we realized that, my coach Justin Miller, we realized that, you know, my conditioning was coming in so good, you know, in the high 190s that, you know, we were wondering, okay, where is the rest of this weight going to come off of? You know, we really don't want to sacrifice much muscle either. So we were saying maybe it could come from the skin. So, you know, I just go on stage and be like a skinless bodybuilder up there, you know?
Right. Look, the only other person I remember who was this hard at that weight and who made 176 pounds weight class, I remember back in the day, I think it was 96 Nationals, Johnny Moya was a middleweight. He could have competed at 194 pounds, and he just, I don't know how we got him down to weight, but we got him down to weight, and he wound up winning the show and going on to good things in the IPV. But let's take a step back with you first for a minute, because you started in bodybuilding, you switched to Classic, you won the Nationals pretty unanimously, I'd say. Obviously, I remember from the day you won, you said you wanted to do New York Pro. You put on a good, dare I say, 15, 20 pounds of muscle. And, you know, a lot of people are saying, why doesn't this guy just go and do 212 class? Because, you know, you got so much muscle. Why is this Classic Physique class so important for you to do?
All right, well, that's a good question. You know, basically, I'm treating this like a fighter would. You know, a fighter proves himself at a lower weight class and works his way up. And that's the way I'm treating this. I mean, the thing I love about the Classic Physique division is it gave me an avenue to reinvent myself. I didn't like the way I went in 2013 when I went up to heavyweights. And then that's why I took that 3 years hiatus from training, eating right, and all that. So when coming back in the Classic, I can reinvent myself. And then I would like to, I mean, is the opportunity or the possibility of moving up to 212 or even open available? Yeah, that's a possibility. I feel like I could do that. But right now my focus is on Classic, and I want to prove myself in the Classic division before moving up anywhere else.
So, George, what's the strategy? How do you get down from 194 pounds, which we see these pictures that Justin just posted recently, how do you get down to 187 for the show and not flatten yourself out so much so that you sacrifice your physique?
Well, I mean, the one thing that me and Justin have learned about my physique is that, you know, even when I go down in weight and I get technically flat, I really don't appear as flat. You know, my muscles still have that round, you know, a hard look. And the lower in weight I go, oddly enough, the bigger I start to look. And when you say I get like flat, really, when I get flat, I just get more conditioned, you know. So, I mean, you know, but my metabolism is really picked up right now. So, and I'm losing usually like, you know, 2 pounds, a pound a day, you know. So we're making our way down. We're working our way down very slowly, but we're getting there, though, you know.
As a bodybuilder, though, you know, we all want to be as big and as hard as we can. And you look in the mirror and you obviously see, hey, look, I'm in shape already. I got striated glutes. My back is ridiculous. I got lower lat striations. Does it bother you to see that scale dropping every single day you go into that gym? That's got to be a little bit of a mind, mess up.
You know, funny enough, it actually doesn't mess up my mind. Like, I actually get happy when I see the scale going down because, number one, because I know I have to make the weight. And number two, like, with me, I feel like the lower I go in weight, the more aesthetic my body comes off. You know, like I feel like it shows off my body's natural shape, as opposed to like when I say if I was to, you know, be trying to go up to, you know, I guess if I have to do it right, it could be done. But like, you know, if I'm going up to like the 220s, the 230s, I feel like I start to lose my shape a little bit, and that's when I don't like to look at myself in the mirror. But now when I'm at these lower weights, you know, I love looking at myself in the mirror because it's very aesthetically pleasing to me, you know?
Right. Now, you work for Cablevision Optimum out there in Long Island. And do people know that you're competing? Do your co-employees there know what you're going through here? And have they seen pictures of you in shape?
Yeah, everybody. I walk into the office and everybody tells me that they see my pictures on Instagram, and I'm like, really? You do? Like, I didn't expect them to see it, you know, because it's kind of like a trip. Like, even though you post your stuff online,
yeah,
you know people are seeing it, but it doesn't hit you until people come up to you in real life, you know, and say, "Oh, I seen you."
Yeah,
you know.
It's like Johnny and I went to China, and people coming up to us and telling us they watch our shows. I'm like, what? You don't realize the reach that this has, and especially if you're into working out. Everyone knows everything that's going on, especially in the bodybuilding world. Like I said, I can go to any gym pretty much in the United States, and they know who I am just from the videos. And they don't even know that I competed, but they watch these interviews that we do. And so it is a small world in that sense. It's a pretty competitive lineup. I looked at the lineup. Chris Aceto and I kind of did some, I guess you could say, handicapping of the lineup. Do you feel you have a good shot to win?
Honestly, yeah, I do. You know, I do. And I know that this lineup is going to be stacked. And the reason why I feel like, you know, I have a good shot to win is because it's not just like how when you move from the amateurs and you go to the pros, it's another level. Well, I know that my physique is at another level now, too, than it was as an amateur. Right. So that right there gives me the confidence to know that I could be competitive and potentially have the ability to win this show.
What would you say is the biggest obstacle that you've had leading up to this show, or has it been smooth sailing?
For the most part, it's been smooth sailing. I mean, really, honestly, the biggest obstacle has been balancing out relationships, you know, with friends and whatnot, you know, because when I get in my contest prep mode, I am like so tunnel vision where I don't want to be bothered with anything. You know, and a lot of people, some people don't understand that, and they may take, you know, offense to it. But, you know, I try to explain to it as best as I can. But that's really the only obstacle I've had. Other than that, it's been smooth sailing pretty much.
Yeah. But, you know, very few bodybuilders, especially at the elite level, have full-time jobs. I mean, you must be going nuts at work, because I know what happens when you're dieting, and you're dieting hard now to make that weight. You got to be thinking about your next meal every minute of the day.
Absolutely. You know something, and that's what kind of gets me through the day, through the work day. You know, I'm constantly, because I sit at the desk the whole time, and I'm constantly looking at the clock. Is it time to eat? Is it time to eat? I'm starving. You know, and I deal with customers too. So when I'm on, you know, close to almost no carbs, you know, like I could get very irritable, but I have to catch myself. And the one thing that I've actually mastered, and I'm glad I did, was kind of separating myself from the phone calls. So if I have a difficult customer, they don't bug me, and they don't, you know,
right.
cause me to raise cortisol and stuff like that, you know?
Right. Well, you're lucky my dad hasn't called you yet, because he would drive you nuts. So, well, I know you got to get back to work. I just want to wish you best of luck. We'll actually be there, obviously, covering it. I'm hoping to be able to interview you in that winner's circle when the night is all said and done up there in Westchester County, where the show is going to be held this year at the Westchester County Center. Good luck, and we'll see you Saturday.
Thank you a lot, Dave. I appreciate it. RXMuscle, love you guys. Johnny, love you.
All right. And that will take us to the end of another episode of Live With, brought to you by Yamamoto Nutrition. I'm Dave Palumbo, and we'll see you next time.